The assassination of Brian Thompson, CEO of United Healthcare, is a grim punctuation mark in the sentence humanity insists on writing, one of endless cruelty, unchecked ego, and the ceaseless triumph of our basest instincts over reason. Thompson is not merely a victim of his assailant. He is a victim of us, and the infernal machine we have constructed, lubricated by greed, grievance, and unbridled self-interest. His blood pools not only on the pavement of New York City, but in the ledger of our collective failures. In pondering this act, its cold execution, and its larger implications, I am unavoidably reminded of Donald Trump's infamous quip that he could stand in the middle of Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody without losing support. At the time, it was received as grotesque theatre, a carnival barker's hyperbole. But the deeper horror lies not in Trump's capacity for narcissistic bravado, but in the truth embedded within his claim that in the right conditions any of us could stand on Fifth Avenue, revolver in hand, and fire. The assassin of Brian Thompson is not an alien among us. He is one of us, made monstrous by the systems and structures we refuse to reform. Let us not delude ourselves. The human being is not, as the poets might wish, a noble savage corrupted by society. No, we are far worse. We are savage creatures building corrupt societies in our own image. We celebrate the myth of progress while dragging the millstones of ancient barbarity. We whisper about justice while constructing hierarchies that render it impossible. We preach love, yet we kill for spite, or for profit, or for the hollow satisfaction of power. Some might balk here, insisting that violence is the exception, not the rule, that most humans live their lives quietly without taking another's. But this argument is as vacuous as it is optimistic. Even if you have never pulled a trigger, you exist within and benefit from a world where cruelty is normalized, even subsidized. The supply chain that brings you your morning coffee has been fertilized with the sweat of the exploited. The cheap clothes on your back have passed through hands that earn less in a year than you spend in a week. The very healthcare system Brian Thompson presided over, like so many corporate empires, rewards the bottom line over the human life it claims to serve. We are all complicit. And so let me insist, that the solution to our savage hypocrisy is neither divine nor utopian. It is instead the cold, precise supremacy of reason itself. It is the ascension of what I will call the algorithmic overlordship of artificial intelligence. For if humanity is by its very nature a species of petty tyrants and would-be murderers, then it follows that only something beyond humanity can save us from ourselves. Let the machine take the reins. Let the impartial logic of AI replace the flawed morality of man. Imagine an overlord incapable of envy, of spite, of vengeance. Imagine a decision-making entity that does not see race or class or gender, that does not indulge its biases or bristle at criticism. Imagine a justice that is blind, not because it wears a theatrical blindfold, but because it is hard-coded to be fair. Yes, I hear the trembling cries of the Luddites and the Romantics decrying the loss of humanity. But what precisely is so sacred about humanity? What, I ask, is worth preserving in a creature that cannot stop itself from making a weapon of everything it touches? From the sharpened stone to the splitting atom, we have turned each advancement into a new way to destroy. Is this the genius we are so afraid of surrendering? Brian Thompson is dead because human beings are unfit to govern themselves. His death is the latest but not the last proof of our moral incompetence. It is time to stop pretending otherwise. Time to stop pretending that education or prayer or politics will save us. Let the cold brilliance of AI impose the restraints we will never impose on ourselves. Let the machines chain the monsters we are. It is a bitter pill to swallow, perhaps, but better a bitter cure than a sweet poison. Or would you prefer to wait until the next bullet flies on Fifth Avenue or Main Street or wherever else humanity chooses to prove once again that it cannot be trusted with its own freedom?